Welcome to the King of Diamonds. The sun is getting lower, so it's getting a little purple in here. That's why I put this red here, also in honor of diamonds. So I'm going to talk about the King of Diamonds relationship style, talk about their Venus card. But first, I have to do this little blah, blah, this little preamble. So go to our website, itiskismet.com, to get your full report. I'll put it in the link below, and you can get Cosmic Connection reports. You can get your whole kit, which is like an owner's manual for your card. And you can get a freebie on there too. Me talking about your Pluto card for about 5 minutes. So this is me talking about your Venus card for about 10 minutes. That's about my average with these. So anyway, let's talk about King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds is a cheerleader. I'm getting ahead of myself. I just love them. So diamonds represent values and the adult phase of life, so there tend to be kind of a seriousness. And kings represent external mastery and authority with something. So you put values together with mastery of something and its integrity. I live within my value system. So let's talk about ego and essence expression. An ego expression of that can be lording it over everybody else and saying, this should be the value system for the whole world. So a male who is a diamond, who is in his king, may be a little bit imperious and sacrosanct about how things ought to be. They can be overly Jupiterian. That means like taking up too much air in the room, being very expansive. They can give sermons and edicts about how everyone should live, but the essence, the beautiful, quality in the midst of all of those things is integrity, an expansive and mature awareness of others. So this, taking up too much room can really turn into this awareness of everyone who's in the room, a kind of inclusivity. Also, they can be unconditionally supportive. So you have to read the full report. I love the King of Diamonds, but yeah, I go a lot into that. But let's get to the Venus card. So you have a whole hand, 13 cards, and one of those cards is your Venus card. And if you are the King of Diamonds, or if you are a diamond and you are in your authority or business ownership expression, your relationship style will be to bring a sense of clarity and mental stability to relationships, because you have the Four of Clubs in Venus. So this Venus card will help you understand also your friendships, the women in your life, your feminine archetype, and what brings a sense of calm, ease, and pleasure to your life. So that clarity and mental stability is what you bring to the table. So I'm a diamond female, and I've noticed that when I'm in a group setting and we're talking, and especially if the group has a task, like we've actually gotten together for a reason, or even if we haven't, I still play this role. I move the subject forward very subtly when it's time. So my archetype is to kind of sit in the background a little bit more, and at pivotal moments, like I'm constantly aware of the energy and the flow and the people. Are all the viewpoints being expressed? This is like a gracious king in his kingdom. And this Four of Clubs, this clarity and this logic is like, okay, well, now it's time to move the conversation forward, or we're leaving this part out. They have very logical, judicious minds. And for that reason, this four energy brings a sense of calm, because like someone's organized, someone's thinking and planning. Shocking to think that could be me sometimes when I'm in my king, but indeed, we all go around in circles with our royal archetypes, the Jack, the Queen, and the King. So anyway, this stability. But it may also be too strong in that they're imposing their view on you for your own good, or imposing their view on the group. This is how we should look at it. I mean, they're very concerned about what should happen. They generally like politics and religion or something spiritual, something they can get very passionate about their beliefs, because that's kind of what values are. It's like a belief in expression based on an ethic. So sometimes they can be kind of imperious and controlling. They like to plan, stable commitment, predictability. They like commitment in relationship. They like predictability in relationship. They're going to show up on time and expect the same of you. So they offer these qualities to relationships. And what I've noticed is that we tend to expect that same relating style from other people. And that's when we're the most hurt and disappointed, is when we don't get our Venus card back. So if you really want someone to feel loved, love them in their Venus card style. Say, hey, what's your Venus card? And they'll go, oh, it's the Jack of Hearts. And then it'll be like, oh, okay, so you mean you need me to be like really self-sacrificing and like really compassionate and like, yeah. This is kind of it's an ancient paradigm and system, but it's a little new on the scene. So people probably won't know their Venus cards. That's why I'm doing this. Moving on. So the flip side is that relationships, especially with women, will challenge their sanity. This is the flip side of the Four of Clubs. Relationships with particular women may seriously bring about a kind of mental or belief system crisis. But that's an opportunity to create their own mental stability. So this is true of King of Diamonds, that women will come into their life to stir the mental pot. Are you really sure about that? How do you know that? And it can be very upsetting. Nonetheless, the whole purpose of that is to inject them with a sense of insecurity as though it's an inoculation or a homeopathic dose of something, so that they create antibodies, so that they create from within themselves, I know what my truth is. I know it gives me a sense of sanity and clarity. And it's not about knowing the answer. Mental stability. I laugh because I went through hell a few years ago and had to I had the Four of Clubs and Saturn, I think. It was really tough. And I was dosed with a lot of mental instability. And what I found was that I am my own reference point. What I am experiencing is my primary reference point. And I think of the Buddhist Lojong saying, which is so meaningful here. Of the two witnesses, hold to the former. So there's you and them. Of the two witnesses, hold to the former. Remember to come back to your take on it, which can be flexible and changing. Oh, shit. Are we still running? That was a blip. Okay, I don't have editing software, so I'm just going to keep going. My computer just had a hiccup. But anyway, that was a big deal. Hold to the former. Okay, so the royal archetypes, I'm going to wrap it up now. So if you are a King of Diamonds, you also have a relationship style that is the Queen and the Jack. So the Queen's Venus style is talk, 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 share stories, mental exploration, a Three of Clubs, which is a lot more fun and easy and detached and playful and experimental than the Four that want to commit. So if you get into your feminine nurturing side, you're going to be more willing to explore ideas. The Jack of Diamonds has a Four also in their Venus position. So that will bring an additional sense of stability, but also adventure, because slipped sneakily underneath this Four of Diamonds is the Five of Spades, which is a card of adventure and wanderlust and travel. So that can bring, when you get into your youthful side, which can be harder for a diamond to do because they represent the adult. If you can get into your youth, your inner child, when you're in relationship, you're going to want to go on adventure and you're going to get a whole lot more playful. So you have these energies of 3, 4, and 5 if you want to do a numerological study for a relationship. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. And please go to itiskismet.com and see what we've got to offer. Okay, have a great day. Bye.